Hello everyone, am I audible? Am I audible? Okay, so let's start with we are starting up with the last practice paper, eighth paper of MCQs on History and Civics. I know it's a high time. So question number one, if the tenure of a member of the parliament is 6 years, then he or she is a member of dash. A. Vidhan Parishad, B. Vidhan Sabha, C. Rajya Sabha, D. Lok Sabha. So if the tenure of a member of the parliament is 6 years, then he or she is a member of dash. The correct answer for this question is Rajya Sabha. So if the tenure of a member of the parliament is 6 years, then he or she is a member of Rajya Sabha. Question number two, which of the following statements is incorrect with regard to the Union legislature? A. The President summons the Houses of the Parliament. B. The Rajya Sabha represents the Federation of the States of the Indian Union. C. The Prime Minister dissolves the Lok Sabha. D. All of the above. You have to find the incorrect statement, yani ki wrong statement with regard to the Union legislature. So the Prime Minister dissolves the Lok Sabha is a wrong statement with regard to the Union legislature. Question number 3. The term of the Lok Sabha can be extended by 1 year in case of dash. A. Proclamation of national emergency. B. President's rule. C. Incomplete quorum. D. Financial emergency. And the correct answer for this question is A. Proclamation of national emergency. The term of the Lok Sabha can be extended by 1 year in case of proclamation of national emergency. Question number 4. What happens when a vote of no confidence is passed in the Lok Sabha? A. Only the Prime Minister resigns. B. Only Council of Ministers resign. C. Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers resign. D. Only the President resigns. And the correct answer for this question is C. So when a vote of no confidence is passed in the Lok Sabha, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers resign. Question number 5. The budget session in the Parliament is held from dash. A. January to February. B. February to May. C. July to August. D. November, December. And the correct answer for this question is February to May. So the budget session in the Parliament is held from February to May. Question number 6. The Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to dash. A. The President. B. The Prime Minister. C. The Rajya Sabha. D. The Lok Sabha. And the correct answer for this question will be the Lok Sabha. So the Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Question number 7. Under which situation can the Rajya Sabha become the sole de facto and de jure parliament? A. When a cut motion is moved in the House. B. A motion of censure is passed against the minister. C. The Lok Sabha is dissolved before and after the declaration of the national emergency. D. The union budget is not passed before the beginning of a new financial year. And the correct answer for this question is C. The Lok Sabha is dissolved before or after the declaration of national emergency. So this situation is the one in which the Rajya Sabha becomes the sole de facto and de jure parliament. Question number 8. Who among the following can adjourn the House of the People? A. Speaker. B. Prime Minister. C. Vice President. D. President. And the correct answer for this question is Speaker. So the Speaker can adjourn the House of the People. Coming to the next question, number 9. Which of the following is not a qualification for membership of the Rajya Sabha? A. He or she should be an Indian citizen. B. He or she should be of at least 30 years of age. C. He or she should hold an office of profit under the government. D. He or she should have his or her name in the electoral rolls in some part of the country. So, which is not a qualification for membership of the Rajya Sabha. So, the correct answer for this question is C. He or she should hold an office of profit under the government is not a qualification for the membership of the Rajya Sabha. Question number 10. How is a disagreement between the two houses over an ordinary bill resolved? A. By adjournment of the houses. B. By calling a joint sitting of the houses. C. By dissolving the house. D. The majority party decides the outcome of the bill in the house. So the correct answer for this question is B. By calling a joint sitting of the houses. So if there's a disagreement between the two houses over an ordinary bill, it has to be resolved by calling a joint sitting of the houses. Question number 11. Which bodies have the right to legislate on the subjects in the concurrent list? And your options are A. Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. B. State legislative assemblies. C. Only Rajya Sabha. D. Parliament and state legislative assemblies. And the correct answer for this question is D. So Parliament and state legislative assemblies have the right to legislate on the subjects in the concurrent list. Question number 12. Which of the following is not a device used to seek information from the government about its policies and programs? And your options are A. A prorogation, B. Question hour, C. Calling attention notice, D. Half an hour discussion. And the correct answer for this question is a prorogation. So, prorogation is not a device used to seek information from the government about its policies and programs. Question number 13. If the amount authorized for the current financial year is not sufficient, the government may make a fresh demand known as dash. A. Vote on account, B. Budget, C. Supplementary grants, D. Financial grant. So the correct answer for this question is and the correct answer is supplementary grants. So the correct answer is supplementary grants. So if the amount authorized for the current financial year is not sufficient, the government may make a fresh demand known as the supplementary grants. Now coming to the next question, number 14. What is the term of the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha? A. 3 years, B. 4 years, C. 6 years, D. 5 years. And correct answer for this question is 5 years. So the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha has 5 years term. Coming to the next question, number 15. What is the maximum gap allowed between two parliamentary sessions? A. Less than 3 months, B. Less than 6 months, C. 10 days, D. 15 days. So answer to question number 15 is the maximum gap allowed between two parliamentary sessions is less than 6 months. Question number 16. Complete the analogy. Subsidiary alliance, Lord Wellesley. Doctrine of lapse, dash. A. Lord Lytton, B. Lord Linlithgow, C. Lord Dalhousie, D. Lord Dufferin. And the correct answer for this question is C. So subsidiary alliance, Lord Wellesley. Doctrine of lapse, Lord Dalhousie. Question number 17. Who among the following gave the presidential address at the first session of the Indian National Congress? A. Raj Bihari Ghosh, B. W.C. Banerjee, C. Surendranath Banerjee, D. Dr. Ansari. So the presidential address at the first session of the Indian National Congress was given by W.C. Banerjee. Yes, Vamesh Chandra Banerjee, correct. Question number 18. When was the scheme of partition of Bengal implemented? A. 1905, B. 1906, C. 1907, D. 1908. And the correct answer is A. The scheme of partition of Bengal was implemented in 1905. Question number 19. Which of the following is associated with Dadabhai Naoroji? A. Servants of India Society, B. Indian Association, C. Bengali, D. Poverty and British rule in India. So the answer for question number 19 is D. Poverty and British rule in India are associated with Dadabhai Naoroji. It is poverty and un-British. It's not and British, it's poverty un-British rule. I'm sorry for the mistake here. Question number 20. Dash was considered as the political mentor of Gandhiji. A. Justice Ranade, B. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, C. Gopal Krishna Gokhale, D. Bipin Chandra Pal. So question number 20 answer is C. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was considered as a political mentor of Gandhiji. Question number 21. Bal Gangadhar Tilak preached his brand of nationalism through the following newspapers. A. New India, B. Kesari, C. People, D. Punjab. And the correct answer for this question is B. Kesari. Okay, Bal Gangadhar Tilak preached his brand of nationalism through the newspaper Kesari. Question number 22. The leaders of the early nationalist phase of the freedom struggle were dash. A. The educated middle mass, B. Lal Pal Bal, C. Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale and Surendranath Banerjee, D. The intelligentsia. And the correct answer for question number 22 is C. So the leaders of the early nationalist phase of the freedom struggle were Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale and Surendranath Banerjee. Question number 23. Dash announced that the successor of Bahadur Shah Zafar would not be allowed to use the imperial titles. A. Queen Victoria, B. Lord Canning, C. Lord Curzon, D. Lord Wellesley. And the correct answer for this question is B. So Lord Canning announced that the successor of Bahadur Shah Zafar would not be allowed to use the imperial titles. Question number 24. Name the act which changed the Hindu law of property. A. General Service Enlistment Act 1856. B. Inam Commission. C. The Religious Disabilities Act 1850. D. The Succession Act. And the correct answer for this question is C. The Religious Disabilities Act 1850. So the act which changed the Hindu law of property was the Religious Disabilities Act 1850. Going ahead, question number 25. The pioneer of the widow remarriage movement in Maharashtra was Dash. A. Rajaram Mohan Roy, B. Jyotiba Phule, C. Swami Vivekanand, D. Swami Dayanand Saraswati. And the correct answer for this question is B. Jyotiba Phule. So the pioneer of the widow remarriage movement in Maharashtra was Jyotiba Phule. Question number 26. Dash and dash are said to be the two sides of the same coin. A. Boycott and aggressive nationalism. B. Swadeshi and Ahimsa. C. Satyagraha and Swadeshi. D. Boycott and Swadeshi. And the correct answer for this question is D. So boycott and Swadeshi are said to be the two sides of the same coin. Question number 27. Presence of British in India is an invitation to Japan to invade. Which movement was launched in its wake? A. Non-cooperation movement. B. Quit India movement. C. Civil disobedience movement. D. Khilafat movement. And the correct answer for this question is Quit India movement. So the presence of British in India is an invitation to Japan to invade. So the Quit India movement was launched in its wake. Question number 28. Which of the following is not an objective of the Indian National Army? A. Total mobilization of the Indian manpower and money for a total war. B. To organize an armed revolution and fight the British with modern arms. C. Liberation of India with the support of workers, peasants, youth, and other organizations. D. To organize a provisional government of free India in order to mobilize all forces effectively. So the correct answer for question number 28 is C. So, liberation of India with the support of workers, peasants, youth, and other organizations was not an objective of the Indian National Army. Now, coming to the doubt which you had asked Sandeep Sharma, who founded the forward block, I've typed out the answer so that you get to know. Please remember, Subhash Chandra Bose, after resigning from his presidency, laid the formation of the forward block on 3rd May 1939. I hope this is answering up your question. Yes, Sandeep Sharma? Sandeep Sharma, did you get it? बच्चा आप please reply देंगे. Going ahead with question number 29. The name of the left-wing party that was founded by Subhash Chandra Bose was dash A. Free India, B. Indian Independence League, C. Congress Social Party, D. Forward Bloc. And the answer is Forward Bloc. Okay. Now question number 30. The non-cooperation movement was launched in dash A. 1919, B. 1920, C. 1921, D. 1922. So the non-cooperation movement was launched in 1920. Question number 31. According to the Mountbatten Plan, which provisional legislative assemblies were to decide in favor of the partition? A. Bengal and Punjab, B. Hyderabad and Junagadh, C. Punjab and Kashmir, D. Kashmir and Bengal. So the answer is Bengal and Punjab. So according to the Mountbatten Plan, Bengal and Punjab were the provincial legislative assemblies which were to decide in favor of the partition. Question number 32. The Muslims in India started an agitation known as the Khilafat movement to dash A. Observe Khilafat Day on October 17, 1919 on an all India scale. B. To pardon the Ottoman Caliph. C. The Ottoman Caliph should retain his empire. D. To obtain apology for Khilafat wrong. And the correct answer for this question is C. So the Muslims in India started an agitation known as the Khilafat movement to the Ottoman Caliph so that the Ottoman Caliph should retain his empire. Now read the passage and answer the given questions. Okay, I shall start reading the passage. Please listen to me carefully. The observance of the Independence Day in 1930 was followed by the launching of the civil disobedience movement under the leadership of Gandhiji. It began with the famous Dandi March of Gandhi. On March 12, 1930, Gandhi left the Sabarmati ashram at Ahmedabad on foot with 78 other members of the ashram for Dandi, a village on the western sea coast of India at a distance of about 385 kilometers from Ahmedabad. Answer all the questions that follow from A to D. So we start with question number 33A. The Simon Commission was appointed to dash A. To determine the principle of self-determination. B. To offer apology for Jallianwala Bagh massacre. C. To investigate the need for further constitutional reforms. D. To provide self-government within the British Empire. And the correct answer for this question is the Simon Commission was appointed to investigate the need for further constitutional reforms. Question number 33B. The historic resolution that was passed at the Lahore session 1929 was dash A. Resignation by members of the Legislative Council. B. Purna Swaraj was to be the objective of the Indian National Congress. C. Withdraw from all possible associations with the British. D. Hoisting of the tricolour flag. The correct answer for this question is B. So the historic resolution that was passed at the Lahore session was Purna Swaraj to be the objective of the Indian National Congress. Question number 33, option C, sub-question C. The second round table conference failed because dash. Arman, if you don't want to study, we respect this, but please do not disturb the environment here by passing such derogatory remarks, please, Arman. So आप जो लिख रहे हैं अमित शाह की बेटी आरुषि शाह, okay, I know Arushi would not really react on this, but I wish Amit Shah should really react on this. आप पढ़ाई में क्यों नहीं ध्यान देते बच्चा? So question number 33C. The second round table conference failed because dash. Arman, you're kicked off. I'm using up very sober words for you because the words that you're using here definitely do not sound good. Okay? एक बात हमेशा याद रखना, जो भी आप बोलते हो, जो भी आप करते हो, not only represents you but also represents the entire family. So before you pass such comments, please ensure that you're not really, insulting entire family on the social media here. So the second roundtable conference failed because A. Gandhiji was the sole representative of the Indian National Congress. B. The British wanted Gandhiji to suspend the civil disobedience movement. C. It got deadlocked on the minorities issues. Kavya, just ignore this person. Kavya, don't worry. Our team is taking care of this. Don't worry, bacha. You focus on studies. Now, Sandeep Sharma, Please, Abhi, I will request you only to search it. I would have given you the answer. But to be honest with you, we are running in short of time, and the disturbance created by so-called FST Arman. See, it's really disturbing me. So we go ahead. It got deadlocked on the minorities issues. D. The British conceded to the grant of dominion status. And the correct answer for this question is C. So the second roundtable conference failed because it got deadlocked on the minorities issue. Okay. Next question. The Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed in 1931, under which the British consented to dash A. Restore the confiscated properties of the Satyagrahis. B. Non-payment of the taxes. C. Not to press for investigations into police excesses. D. To annul the Rowlatt Act. And the correct answer for this question is A. So the Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed in 1931, under which the British consented to restore the confiscated properties of the Satyagrahis. Now please look on the screen, look at the picture you see on the screen, and then you have to answer the questions based on this picture. ये अरमान कौन था जो इतने बैड वर्ड्स दे के गया? It's really shameful. Not to us, but the bad comments, I mean to say. ये ना ये बहुत घटिया कमेंट्स लड़कियों के लिए करके गया about their names. Time would answer such people. Okay. Now the first question based on this picture is identify the event shown in the picture. A. The British monarch giving the royal assent to Indian Independence Act. B. Jawaharlal Nehru reading his famous speech, The Tryst with the Destiny. C. Welcome of Lord Mountbatten. D. Swearing in ceremony of Jawaharlal Nehru as Prime Minister of Free India. And the correct answer for this question is the event shown in the picture is swearing in ceremony of Jawaharlal Nehru as Prime Minister of Free India. Question number 34b. The following territories were to comprise the dominion of Pakistan. A. Sindh, British Balochistan and NWFB. B. Sindh, British Balochistan, NWFB, East Punjab and West Bengal. C. West Punjab, East Bengal, Sindh, British Balochistan and NWFB. D. Balochistan, West Punjab, East Bengal, NWFB and Sindh. And I hope you remember NWFB is Northwestern Frontier of Punjab. And the correct answer for this question is C. West Punjab, East Bengal, Sindh, British Balochistan and NWFB were the territories which comprise the dominion of Pakistan. Question number C, 34C. A dash would be held for Sylhet to determine whether it would like to join India or Pakistan. A. Referendum. B. Plebiscite. C. Federation. D. Constituent Assembly. And the correct answer to this question is plebiscite. So a plebiscite would be held for Sylhet to determine whether it would like to join India or Pakistan. Question number 34D. Which of these is a provision of the Indian Independence Act? A. Provision was made for the division of the Indian Army and the assets. B. The right of the king to veto laws was retained. C. The legislative authority of the British Parliament would cease from March 31, 1948. D. A Governor General would be appointed by the Viceroy for both the dominions. So the correct answer is A. Okay, so the provision was made for the division of the Indian Army and the assets as per the Indian Independence Act. So friends, this was the last paper for the day. We had two more papers, but I know it's already one and I can't make you stay awake for a long time. Already it's very, very late. If you stay up for a long time, then tomorrow your exam may be affected. So I would suggest you all now coolly, calmly, please sleep well, get up tomorrow, say around at 7, get ready and go for your test with the confidence. Wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. And yes, we shall be definitely trying to upload or do the live streaming for almost all the subjects that's possible. Okay, so please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to it and also do spread a word about it to all your friends. Hit the bell icon, and if you have really liked our efforts, please hit the like button. Okay, thank you so much. Good night. It's already 1 o'clock in the night, so better sleep now.